Good YouTube, this is your boy Sheriff Speech. I want to talk to you guys about Arrow Season 6, Episode 19, The Dragon. And we pretty much get a bit of like a background into the Dragon, into Ricardo Diaz's life. You know, he grew up in an orphanage in Starling City 32 years ago. You know, we see him with Black Siren up in Bloodhaven, you know, discussing business. And you really get a nature as to how, you know, he grew up as a kid, you know, because we saw this one kid picking on him, you know, talking about how no family's gonna adopt you, how your father's never gonna come see you, none of that. You know, he burns the last picture that he has, and the only picture that he has of his father, or I guess any family of him that he ever has, right in front of him. You know, and you see him clench his fist, and he wants to hit the guy. The guy's like, "Well, you want to take us with me? Go ahead, dude. I'm right here." He said, "Well, let that be a reminder, because you know we saw a bunch of scars on his wrist and his arm. It was crazy. It was pretty hectic for him, and I feel kind of bad for him just a little bit." But, you know, this also looks like he's at a meeting, you know, Quadrant. Looks like he's meeting up with the Quadrant, some kind of family. I'll put that in quotations, you know, to take down the Green Arrow. Because, you know, as we just heard from the recap of last week, what's the next step to stopping our queen is impeachment. You know, impeachment was the first step, and now they're going to get rid of him completely. Now we see Curtis go up into, I guess you could say, Felicity's apartment, you know, and discussing things of their, I guess you could say that their little experiment that they were working, a little design experiment they were working on together. So we'll see how that happens. Hey guys, so we just learned that the Dragon's trying to get in with a special group called the Quadrant. A very extremely tight-knit group of people, and they call themselves a family. But the guy said, look, if you want to join, you act like, you know, the Quadrant is a pop. With that being said, you know, you gotta pretty much you gotta prove to us that you can operate at our level. And the Dragon's like, well, look, I just gave you Starling City, for free. You can launder your money, you can, you know, set up, you can sell your merchandise, all that stuff, all your product. You distribute everything through this city for free. You know, of course, he said, look, I just want to sit at the table. You know, pretty much that's what Diaz wants. But, you know, like I said, you know, the guys are, you know, they're not as easy to persuade as we thought. But Diaz is pretty good. He said, look, if you can't see the opportunity in that, I'm just going to talk to your father. And it sounds like, wait, but he sent me. He said, look, we're just trying to see if you're actually up to it, you know, running things our way or not. Okay, so, you know, the guy that Diaz is talking to, he's like, okay, you know what, this is one of our guys. You know, the federal marshals got him held up somewhere. We want you to find him. And if you can find him, we'll maybe pull up his strings so then that way, you know, so we can get him out, so then that way, you know, that way you can get into the Quadrant. It's a pretty nice deal, even though it's not Diaz's thing. I will say that. It's not his forte. But I think Diaz is desperate enough to get a part of the Quadrant that he'll pretty much do anything. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're finally seeing Ricardo Diaz crack, because you just see him punch the damn mirror in the bathroom after settling to take a job that he's really not into. Even Black Siren tried to say, well, that's not really what we do. But, you know, pretty much, you know, Ricardo said, look, we'll get it done, whatever it takes, right? You know, to honor the deal. Man, Ricardo, I never thought you would be so desperate to fit in. You ever seem like that kind of type? So we see Ricardo and Black Siren at the location. Ricardo's instructed to show signs of life with the guy they're trying to free from the federal marshals. And Black Siren is wasting no time making jokes at Ricardo's expense, saying, "Listen, they tell you to fetch, you go fetch. You know, what's next? What's the next command? Roll over? Are you gonna roll over for him?" Can she really talk? Because really, she's been Ricardo's little bitch, if you ask me, for a minute now. So can she really criticize him? Because it would make her look like a huge hypocrite, if you ask me. That's what I'm just saying. Black Siren's like, he's like, well, are you sure you're okay with this? I mean, you've practically already rolled over for him. And Ricardo's like, look, it's just business. You know, and of course, you know, Ricardo's telling Siren, look, these guys are just a stepping stone, you know, to give me more leverage and more power to take over Starling City for good. So, do you remember that? She's like, yeah, I remember that. So hopefully, you know, this is Ricardo still trying to maintain his dominance over the whole situation, even though from the looks of it, Black Siren can tell, and everyone else can tell that he's completely losing his damn grip. So now, you know that Ricardo just snagged the pictures for the quadrant. He made no short of time by telling Siren, look, when I was with Kate and James, I just got the city, but with the quadrant, look, I'll make my own damn empire. So this is really what just to paraphrase what he said previously. These guys are just stepping stones to making my own empire. You know, but too bad, you know, that's not really gonna happen much for him, you know, because he's losing his grip, like I said. Like, you know, Felicity and Curtis are having a good time. They just completed their own little project, you know, for their little Helix project, you know, and Felicity said, "Oh my gosh, thank you, we finally finished it. We're making a good team." And Curtis is like, "Oh yeah, about that, you know, about the team." And she's like, Felicity's like, wait, no, stop. Well, don't ruin this moment. Don't bring it up. Like, don't ruin this moment. I wonder what Curtis has to say. Curtis just asked her, like, listen, earlier you said this whole team thing wasn't a problem for you anymore. And the question is why? Like, why is the whole team thing not a problem for you anymore? So let's see what Felicity has to say. Felicity said, you know, Oliver kind of sort of fired me. Well, he kind of didn't really fire me, but he kind of did. And with this being said, I can tell Curtis is looking fucking shocked right now, as we all see. He's like, what the hell? Did this nigga really just fire you too? Like, what is he on? What kind of dolo mission is this dude on? But of course, as we all know, I feel like in this, how the season is gonna wrap up, I feel like it's gonna like have all the team members finally, you know, come back together somehow. You know, so pretty much, Felicity's giving Curtis the whole rundown what happened, you know. However, you know, ever since he got in the running with Vertigo, he's had this epiphany that he needs to go have Diaz alone, go back to basics, as she said. You know, and Curtis is like, well, wait a second, did he fire John too? She's like, no, John left like a week ago, actually, and to work with Argus. So I think this is gonna create the sympathetic urge within Curtis to reunite the team. You know, just in the nick of time. See, this is why I love Curtis, man. Because he's like, okay, well, given all this, I mean, that's pretty heavy right there. Like, how are you dealing with all this? And Felicity's like, well, I'm fine. You know, she shrugs it off. She's like, well, you know what, I'm fine. Curtis is like, look, bitch, you are not fine, okay? You're not fine. In fact, you're probably crumbling inside the moment he said uttered those damn words. I mean, like, because, you know, this is day one type stuff, you know, because, like, you can't just axe the whole team, man, you can, but you can do this whole thing dolo if you want to, but it's not going to be the same, you know. Being the lone wolf is only required for certain situations, and this is not one of those situations. This is a suicide mission that Oliver's on. So Ricardo shows the head guy the son of the head guy of the Quadrant, like his latest work, his latest deed as the lapdog. He said, look, none of your guys defined him. I did. And sarcastically, he's like, well, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to tell them to start making the monument. Start to carve the monument. I think Black Siren kind of scared the shit out of the guy that Ricardo's talking to, because she said, okay, call me honey one more time. And then, because, you know, she was pouring down a whole bunch of a 30-year-old single moat. You know, and he's like, damn, ease up, honey. That's a 30-year single moat. You might want to ease up on that. And she was like, you know what, call me honey one more time, and I might not only just break your legs. He's like, okay, hey, you know what, I like this one. And so Ricardo's like, look, man, okay, I did what you asked. Where's my end of the deal? Okay. So the guy says, look, it seems like our guy's done a little chatting with the Justice Department. My dad's going to have to debrief him just to see exactly what he told them. And Ricardo looks fucking pissed. Like, his eyes are about to pop out of his damn head because he said, look, I just did you a solid. You know, I just did you a solid. I did what one person did, your whole team couldn't. So why the hell am I not at the damn table right now? You know, he's kind of like pushing this yearn for a spot at the Quadrant, you know, and I think this is gonna have him butt more heads because, you know, Ricardo is all about himself. He wants to run his own empire, but like he told Black Siren, he wants to run his own little empire, and he feels like these guys are just a stepping stone. So he's trying to step on them to get to that spot. But Ricardo realizes that he has to play along to get to that spot. I mean, he got to quicker success with Kate James and this guy right here. And I'm only judging by the characteristics of Ricardo Diaz. I feel like he's really about to just pop and just probably just kill that guy, just step around him to get what he wants. Ladies and gentlemen, I was completely right, because he said, "Look, you could ask me to do this from the very beginning. You wasted my time. I don't react well whenever people waste my time." And we all know what's about to happen next. Black Siren's gonna open her mouth, a loud sonic boom scream, and there might just be a lot of threats followed by bloodshed. To extinguish his nervousness, he said, "Look, I had no idea Baylor was gonna talk." And look, Diaz is like, "Look, I'll deliver Baylor to you." Look, after I deliver Baylor to you, look, I'm gonna meet your father. Which I think is gonna make the son shit bricks. He said, "Look, you solve this little problem for us. My dad's gonna be asking to sit down with you. There'll be no need for me to call up for it. There'll be no need for you to go see my dad. My dad will call you personally." So he said, "Look, call me when you got Baylor. I'll send over a car." Now, I feel like if the son doesn't play to Ricardo's his side of the deal, Ricardo's gonna go ape shit. And, I mean that's just my theory, to be honest with you. It looks like the son just realized that Ricardo has a bit of an anger problem, because he said, "Hey, what happened to your hand?" He said, "Look, I got angry at someone, so I'm hit, so I punched something." That was a good point about what Siren said. She's like, "The Quadrant are having you jump through a lot of hoops. I hope it's worth it." So she knocks on the door. She just screams it open, and shit's about to get real. Oh, well, just like I said, shit got real. Black Siren whipped some ass, took some names. Diaz did the same, and it turns out Diaz is pretty proficient with a firearm, and the Green Arrow may have a bit of a challenge, but it's not like Green Arrow's ever faced someone who's pretty good at hand-to-hand combat. I mean, just ask John Diggle, ask Damon Dark, ask Prometheus, ask Ra's al Ghul, ask The Flash. Ask everyone this nigga's ever had a fisticuffs with. That's just what I'm saying. But like I said, Ricardo Diaz is really about that life. I mean, he's really. And I'm not just saying that just in terms of just killing people. I'm saying that because he really has that mentality of you know what? When he wants something, he goes to get it. If he has to accomplish something to get what he wants, he'll do it. And I gotta respect that. Because he doesn't play any fucking games. Even the guy Baylor, the guy he's after, he said, "Well, wait, aren't you going to kill me?" And Diaz is like, "Well, if you keep asking me questions, I will." So Baylor and Diaz have a bit of a conversation before they get to the car. Baylor's like, "Okay, so you did all this just to get into the family?" And Ricardo's like, "Well, yeah, that's the expectation." He said, "Look, I knew they would send for me. I mean, they knew I would never snitch. I'm like family to them." Ricardo's like, he said, "Look, they may do that, but you're lucky you're not working for me. Considering the fact that he would have killed Baylor the minute he even got taken by the feds." "Baylor, buddy, did the feds treat you alright?" He's like, hey, look, I didn't snitch." He said, "Yeah, tell that to them in person." So a guy pulls out a fucking Bag 10 and sprays Baylor and Ricardo. Except the only difference is Baylor, he was naked. Ricardo wasn't. He had that bulletproof vest on extra time. Must have had double polyurethane in that bitch, because those damn bullets popped off like it was nothing. As soon as Ricardo took a deep ass breath. And now Ricardo's got them on his shit list. Meaning he's coming for their ass. Now he has definitely more than a damn reason to do that. Although, I feel like Ricardo's not even going to kill the son. He'll just have his father deal with the son in terms of going to his father and saying, "Look, your son did this and he didn't follow protocol. For you, the father may even banish his own damn son and put Ricardo in his place. Who knows? Or maybe just like I said, Ricardo may just go after that family, take him out with the help of Black Siren, of course." Black Siren says, "What would you have done if they would have shot you in the head?" He said, "I probably would have been dead, probably." He said, "That just goes to show you can't trust anyone nowadays. I didn't plan on getting shot." Which is respect. Again, I'm beginning to respect Ricardo Diaz in terms of, living by his word, living by his creed. And we're about to see what he's about to do to the son, because I think the son, like I said, is going to shit bricks as soon as he sees Ricardo Diaz. So the son calls Paul. He said, "Dad, it's done." He said, "Is it done?" He said, "Baylor is off the board." He said, "And Diaz never saw it coming," as if he would share with the likes of a thug life like him. Oh, what a mistake they made. They should never drove off so quickly. Because honestly, I think Diaz has been in this game a long time. I mean, he must have been, 7, 8 years old? Probably 9 years old when he was at that orphanage 32 years ago. Do the math, that guy has seen a lot of things and probably knows what's up. I mean, the guy was a low-level gangster, running shit in Starling City. And you mean to tell me he didn't wear a vest? Rookie mistake, sir. Rookie mistake. Oh, so now they want to actually send some guys to Starling City to make Starling City their city. Oh my gosh. They underestimated Ricardo Diaz big time. And as much as I would hate to see Ricardo off the picture, in terms of going up against the Green Arrow, I would much prefer the Green Arrow versus Diaz versus the Quadrant. And again, that might just be a little more interesting. Maybe Diaz may keep the name. Maybe he may rename them and call them the Dragons. Who knows? Oh, Siren, you're breaking my heart, sweetheart. She literally said, this wasn't part of the plan. He said, Carlos, look, you do anything to get to where you need to be, get in the spot. She said, yeah, not my philosophy, because plans are like men. They go better when you're not with the complicated ones. Nice one. Now this is like, wait, he's like, you don't think I'm complicated? And Siren's like, look, you do realize the guys that you're trying to impress are the ones that just tried to kill you tonight, right? Oh man, this is crazy. Siren I'm realizing that Siren is really starting to open her eyes up a little bit. Maybe there's a little truth to what Quentin was trying to do to her, because honestly, I think after this whole shtick, she may just become a little good girl. A little good birdie. You know what I mean? Even though she was trying to fight it. Although I must say, I'm loving the new dude, by the way. Like, okay, that still doesn't explain why we're at their place and why we're not back in the Star City. And Diaz had something really clever to say. I really liked what he said. He said, even though it's as simple as it is, he said, look, maybe that's the difference between me and you. When you get knocked down, you give up. When I get knocked down, I get up. Siren said, look, I get up. I just don't get up. I just don't become stupid, too. That's when Carlos said, it must be nice being pretty. You look right, you look nice. You just bat your eyelashes, you get whatever you want. It must be the life. Whatever I wanted, I had to take. Once again, I don't know if I should feel bad for Ricardo Diaz or just be empathetic. Like, I understand how you feel, bro. Son of a bitch. You are right, Stretch. You should be shitting yourself right now. Just like what I said. Ricardo said, look, you're in the enthusiasm you showed when you killed your own man. He said, look, it wasn't anything personal. You forgot that I was standing right next to him. And, Black Siren said, I bet you regretting that right now, aren't you? To which he said, look, it was nothing personal. And to which Siren said, look, bullets make things personal. Put that on a t-shirt. And so, yes, let me ask you something. Have you ever had to fight for, have you ever missed a meal? Have you ever had to fight for a meal? I've had to fight for everything. Mr. Silverspoon, I had to fight for everything that I ever got as a kid. I had to fight for every scrap of food I ever ate as a kid. Because you don't know what it's like to be hungry. Because you never made the decision of having to choose between eating, and killing for it. Killing for whatever you want. He said, look, I've killed plenty. He said, not when your life's in the balance. And that's when actually some of the silver spoons, people started to circle Ricardo and the Black Siren. Of course, that's not going to go out right. But we'll see what happens. You should really tell your guys to creep a little quieter. 2 to my left and 3 behind me. Oh, man. He says, that's a lot of talk from a thug who's outnumbered. Oh, my goodness. Mistake. You have no idea what he has in his arsenal. There's a reason why that woman's with him all the time, Mr. Silverspoon. It's because she's a metahuman. With that being said, she can blow everyone out the damn water with one sonic scream. Holy shit balls. So we learned a lot about Ricardo Diaz and why he's the way he is. Obviously, you know, the torment he suffered at the hands of Jesse while he was beating shit out of Eric, the son of the king of the Quadrant, the exclusive club that he's desperately trying to get into. He said Jesse treated him like shit, treated him like his damn errand boy and shit like that. And he's not that boy anymore, of course. You know, and Eric was like, look, man, my father never even knew. The Quadrant didn't even know shit about you. They didn't even know you. I never sent in your request. And so Ricardo was like, look, man, you tell me where the Quadrant is having their little meeting at, and I'll let you stay alive. And Black Santa was like, okay, you know, you just took this from being complicated to all the way fucking crazy. And Ricardo was like, okay, wait a second. Was Kate and James crazy? Like, what I did with Kate and James, was that crazy? She's like, look, I understand. You know, I respect your self-confidence and, you know, your power. Your powers of persuasion could be used a little work. You know, because what if there's more than 10 minutes? He's like, okay, well, we'll still make it through, you know, because he still has her, you know. And I can understand why he's so self-confident. I really can. But, you know, but now, you know, Black Siren just asked him, like, why do you want to be so a part of this exclusive club for? You know, there's other ways to build your empire. He's like, look, it's not about building your empire. It's about power. And that makes a lot of sense. You know, he is that kind of narcissistic, you know, I need to be in charge kind of guy. You know, nothing wrong with that, but, you know, there's ways to go about it. You know, the way you present your character and the way you express your character and how you display it can mean a lot, you know. So we learned a little bit more about Ricardo Diaz. As he was telling Black Siren, you know, I've been so in control. I've been in so much fear for so long from Jesse that the kids finally might be right. I am a loser. And Siren was like, listen, no, you're not. You're a king now. You know, and I think it was pretty elaborate for Ricardo to send a strap bomb to Eric, you know, the Quadrant's son, and to send him in to their place of meeting, place of business, and blow him up. You know, and run them and take the place over. I think that's pretty elaborate. But, you know, I think now that we learn more about, you know, Ricardo Diaz, now I think that will give Arrow some ammunition to work with, something to work with. He's been using his fear all this time, like so many of us do when we're faced with traumatic events and things of that nature. We use fear and turn that into power, and I think that's why I kind of respect Ricardo Diaz a little bit. Wow. Ricardo Diaz, man, is a badass, man. And I mean that in terms of what he just did. He literally walked up into the place of business of the Quadrant in front of their damn faces with a gun, waving it, telling them, listen, I did a lot to make it to this damn meeting. I had to go through a lot of trouble for it. It didn't have to be that way. The guy's like, look, I can send you to a hospital far, far away where they keep you alive just enough, long enough to carve pieces out of you. And Carl's like, well, yeah, you know, I think you could do that, you know, but it would cost you billions annually. So now I guess the second head in charge, she's like, okay, well, talk as if your life depended on it. And I think she may have a little bit of an interest in Ricardo. His determination, his confidence, it's just so much, man. Like, but anyway, as I was gonna say next, I think Ricardo has a bit of a militant kind of training. I mean, like the way he handled his weapon, you know, the way he was just scoping around, you know, the area, you know, his knowledge of weaponry, close combat, you know, methods of persuasion, everything was so fucking proficient and efficient, just like a fucking special ops kind of guy or something, man. It was pretty nice. It's pretty cool to see it. But now let's see what happens. I was like, look, man, I didn't want to do this, but your son maybe going to do this. He was supposed to arrange this meeting. He wasn't even supposed to have any bloodshed. He made me do what I did. He said, because you don't belong here. The father's like, look, because you don't belong here. You're a street thug. You don't belong amongst us. You don't belong to be, you're not allowed, you don't belong in one of our crews. Like, this is straight badassery by Ricardo Diaz. Yeah, I think Black Siren may want to take back that, Ricardo's method of persuasion comment back. I think she needs to take that back because this guy is pretty damn persuasive. He said, look, I came to this meeting for a business proposition. You see what's happening in Star City? Lady's like, look, yeah, I see that. It looks like it's just shutting down, falling apart. It's chaos. And I was like, no. This is the perfect opportunity. This is the perfect place for business. To start first, to start another empire. And that's why I want to have a seat at the Quadrant. Because I can make that city, distributable for you guys. For us. You gotta love them. I don't see an empty chair. Listen, I would never let someone sit beside me that killed a man sit beside me that killed my own blood. He pushed me. And pushed me. And pushed me. And pushed me. A man has limitations. Yes, and you are mine. You're a street dog. Worthless. A loser. And Ricardo Diaz just unloaded on him. And now he has a seat. Bro. And then again, the old man did push his buttons. Because those words reminded him of when Jesse picked on him and made him feel like shit. Damn. Ricardo Diaz, you win the Badass Award for the night. Shit. I really feel like Ricardo Diaz has Black Siren in check because I think she's really afraid of him. I think she was afraid of Ricardo Diaz as she was, if not more, than she was with Caden James. Like, I think she puts on a brave face for the hell of it, but damn, I think that's the one thing Quentin knew about her. You're still human. You haven't shut off all your damn emotions. You're not a fucking monster. You're not them. People that you run with, you're not one of them. You're still a kind-hearted motherfucker. Because I think you can clearly tell she's worried and scared of Ricardo Diaz. This is crazy. Woman, you need to bonk out. You need to get the hell out of there. Seriously. Holy shit. Ricardo Diaz tracked down his old tormentor and is meeting him face to face. This looks like honestly, it looks like a scene from fucking Scarface. But now, we see Felicity go back to her apartment, back to Oliver's place, and she's looking for him. Because we saw on the news, Oliver was taking names, and it was a fucking Blaze show where he was at. So we'll see it's about to go down. Oh man, there was no sign of the Green Arrow during the explosion up in the Glades. Felicity almost fucking fell out in tears. Until Felicity says, and then Oliver comes through and says, hey you. And she runs over there and hugs him like, oh my god, I can't believe you're alive. Bro, Oliver, you went up to me because I did the same thing with my girl, man. She was, Felicity just said, she just had a heart-to-heart with Oliver saying, look, worrying about you was different from when is different from worrying about you at the bunker because, she has eyes and ears on her everywhere, just as Curtis said. And she said, look, I'm helpless without you. I was like, look, you're never helpless without me. Like, you're never helpless. So Oliver says, I promised that guy in there that I'll always come back. And she said, but William said that that's not always your decision. He said, William made an excellent point. He said, William makes excellent points. But I still made the promise. And Felicity, I will always come back. Diaz is definitely a motherfucker to fuck with now. He literally took Jesse Federico, this childhood bully, told him, listen, I decided that I would get my payback on you when I decided I wasn't a loser anymore. Had him get down on his knees. He squirted lighter fluid on him. He said, do you still like fire, Jesse? And threw it on his ass. Lit him on fire. He lit him on fire. Killing him. After Jesse begged and pleaded with him because he had kids. Ricardo said, look, you don't even look like you have 2 damn dimes to rub together, even on a good day. Savage as fuck, I know. But even this was a little bit too much for Laurel, as we saw her say, look, I don't think anyone would want to see Laurel do anything bad with a crime lord. Once again, Laurel is at a crossroads between morality and being a badass. Doing what she's told and not doing what she's supposed to do, what she's told. And she's constantly in this same predicament. She's in the same predicament as she was with Caden James. falling into peer pressure. Well, this time she didn't fall into peer pressure. She just witnessed the madness of a psychopath. Or a sociopath, I should say. Maybe already was saying. Then again, maybe Ricardo Diaz is a psychopath because he does enjoy killing people. But so she had witnessed that, you know, and she's again emotionally and mentally, she's still in that same predicament where she has to either witness or do the dirty work and having to regret it later. And I thought killing Vince was enough for her, honestly. But I think now that she's in the bed with Ricardo Diaz, this is a bed she has to lay in now. I think when Kate James was killed, that was her lead way. She could have honestly went about her life and just said, forget this whole thing. But no, she bunked up with Ricardo Diaz, and now she's in this predicament now. I wonder what's going to happen to her, honestly. I do. We'll see what happens. This is your boy Speaks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like the video for more. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. If you guys have any suggestions on what you guys want me to review or provide my commentary on, let me know in the comment section below. And be on the lookout for my Avengers Infinity War review. Just be on the lookout for that, because, and I will say this as well, I'll say it so in the video and in the thumbnail. The review will have spoiler alerts. So do not watch my video unless you've seen the movie, because we're gonna have a big time discussion about it. I will be going live for the first time with this review, so this is gonna be big for me, man. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Your boy Speaks. God bless.